Don't you think your pet deserves a special treat without all those ingredients you can't pronounce? Your pet deserves the best source of ingredients. I agree. That's why Hound House Treats is established to give your pet the best all-natural handcrafted treats packed with flavor. Try our chicken, turkey, and our pink salmon jerky. These products are 100% natural and USDA certified. It's prepared without no added hormones or steroids, no growth-promoting antibiotics, no artificial ingredients, flavors, or preservatives. Grain-free. Don't cheat your dog nutrients. Treat your dog to a healthy snack at www.houndhousetreats.com.
You are now tuned into 2111 Radio Show, hosted by our program director, Derrick Scott.
Welcome everybody to the 2111 Radio Show. I'm your host, Derrick Scott, as y'all already know. But I got a special guest today. She's the multi-talented. She's on 2111 Radio. That y'all didn't know. Y'all need to check check her out. Her name is Mz.Nzuri. We're gonna bring her here right now. I think I got that name right, y'all.
You did. It's okay.
How you doing?
I am well. I am thriving. Thank you so much. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Definitely happy to have you here.
I am
Ralph,
happy to be here.
Yeah, Ralph, actually my partner was talking to you a couple of times, and I've talked to you a couple of times. So it was about time to get you up here because your song is really doing well. It's really doing well.
Yes, I'm so excited.
So tell the people where you actually from. Originally and now, is it the same?
So originally I'm from Boston. In Boston, well, I'm born and raised there, but I had moved from there when like in my late teens. Okay. And basically, about 2021, I moved down to Georgia for the most part. Yeah, and been in Georgia, but I've lived everywhere. So I've been in Georgia, lived in California, lived in Nevada, lived in Arizona, lived in Florida, lived in Virginia, lived in New York. Wow.
Oh, so you internationally known. Oh, okay. I like that. Wow. So it says that you started at 8 years old.
Yes.
Doing music. So how was that? How was it growing up in these different? So when you was 8, where were you at? In Boston, or you was in New York?
I was in Boston. Because my mother and her now ex, but he did music as well. So it was one of those things. I sang for my auntie's. Well, I was going to sing for my auntie's wedding when I was younger, but I never really thought I had a voice. I'd never really sang. And then heard me singing and was like, oh my goodness, you need to go and sing. You need to sing at my wedding. And I was like, okay. I'm playing outside. I'm not worried about no music. So then when I turned to about 10, that's when I really started recording in the studio, learning these things, getting to meet all different types of people, because he was friends with like Maurice Starr and New Edition and that type of thing. So I was able to actually, meet him and do things like that. So that's when it started. Yeah, it was a whirlwind because, I'm little. So it's one of those things. I don't want to be in the studio all night long. Then I can't go to school. I want to be able to be a kid,
There you go. Exactly.
It felt like it was a choice. It was like, oh, you have to do this. I'm like, what?
So was anybody in your family into music?
Yeah. So my mother she sang and she would write because she's no longer here, but she would write. She wrote all of my stuff when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So she wrote stuff and it was some really good stuff. I can't remember because it's so many years ago, but she was writing and of course, my dad, he was a singer and things like that. So everybody I think everybody in my family is talented in some way, shape, or form when it comes to music. Everybody loves music in my family. I have cousins that sing. I have an uncle that's that's in a band. I have another uncle that produces music. So it's like, everybody, it's everywhere,
Oh, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's
Yeah,
just been music all over the place. So it was apparent that you was going to be who you are as far as in your music.
absolutely. It took me a while to get here, but yeah, absolutely.
So the first time I actually saw you was on Teresa Taylor's show.
Yes.
And that's Global Empire Entertainment. She's up in the building right now. Salute.
Hey, Teresa.
So I saw that and I saw how talented you was.
Thank you.
And the song that you gave us is called The Takeover, right?
Yes.
So we're not gonna play yet, but we're gonna get more into you first. We're not gonna play. We ain't gonna get in that yet. So, so production wise, who did you use?
Okay, so DJ Maestro my husband, he does makes all of my music. He does all of my production, my mixing, my mastering, my engineering. He writes all the music himself. Like I write my songs, but he does all the music itself. And he does my photography, he does my videos, he does everything. One step back.
He cooked too?
He
the hell?
No, that's my job. I'll take that. Not saying that he can't cook, because he can, but that's my job.
I'm like, what can he do? What the hell?
Jack of all trades. He does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, we can't have too many good people, and he did an excellent job on your music. Excellent job, and he's really dope. So, so what was your first song that you actually recorded?
Oh my gosh. Oh. You know what? And I it's so sad that I wouldn't even be able to tell you, because I have over almost 30 songs. So
wow.
So long ago. No, wait.
Uh-oh.
Goodness, hold on.
Uh-oh, I think
and my wheels are turning because I'm trying to think. Wait a minute. Like I can right now, but I have I can hear the music in my head, right? It's so sad. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I've recorded a lot of music.
Yes. So what year was the first song you actually put out? What year was that?
2013. Was it 13 or 14?
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So so being a female hip hop artist / R&B artist, what were some of the negatives? Because we all have certain issues with as far as getting your music out there and people to support. And at the end of the day, what's going on right now, you get people good like you, and they say, yeah, girl, I love the song, but they don't want to buy it or download it or share it on their lives. So have you had any of those issues going?
Yeah, as far as being a hip hop artist, it's a lot different than just being a singer. Yes. Because first of all, nobody knew that I rapped, my family included. Nobody knew, when did you start rapping? So that includes, friends and things of that nature. So it's like, when I put it out there, it's like, what? This is what you're doing. So I think it took a lot of people by surprise at first, but then after that, it's one of those things my lyrics are a little raunchy, if that makes any sense, but I'm being honest. So it's one of those things, it's not in a sexual way or anything like that. So it's one of those things, I'm just being truthful. And a lot of people can't handle the truth. So that I've noticed that's the reason why, I guess because I'm very direct. So a lot of people expect that out of a female's mouth. I'm going to always be direct. I'm not mean, but I'm always direct. So it's one of those things where a lot of people can't handle that, especially for a man. A lot of men can't handle it. So it's like, who does she think she is? I am who I am.
It is. It is. You know what?
Can leave it.
Exactly. Listen, I love that, because, you have to stay true to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm always true to myself at all times. I have to be, because if I'm not true to me, then I can't expect anybody else to be true to me either.
Because that's good. And I'm glad look like you have a small circle of people. that you
Yes.
deal with, and
Perfect.
it has to stay. It has to stay small because you get these leeches and these wannabes and onlookers, and they're not really putting in what they're supposed to put in as far as in being supportive. They just
Right.
want to say, "Oh, girl, you should do this and you should do this." Listen, at the end of the day, just support. Leave the music and the artistry to the artists. My goodness.
Absolutely. I mean, a share doesn't cost anything. Share the music. I mean, if you believe in it. If you don't, then keep on scrolling. But I will say this: if you don't believe in my music, you shouldn't be on my page.
Hold up. We're going to give you another round of applause. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to give you another round of applause because I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. So take us into actually you could dance as well.
I was dancing in the video. I've had my dancing days when I used to be a jazz choir back in school, and I used to be a choreographer because the people. Put it this way, I grew up in a predominantly white area. So when I was younger, so it's one of those things, not a lot of people have rhythm, and we didn't have a budget at the school to get a choreographer. But I used to get classes when I was younger. So I took dance for a long time. So I was like, well, we finna do this. let me, and I taught tap and all the rest of this stuff. So I was like, let us get these tap shoes and let us do these performances or whatever. And I loved it. It was one of those things. So I'm just kind of like, but I love it.
Hold up. Don't, you can't sneak it by. You just said you do tap.
Yeah, I love tap dancing.
Whoa. Congratulations. That seems so hard. You gotta have some strong ankles for that, I think, right?
And you just have to have rhythm, honestly. You have to have rhythm, beat, and then you just if you kind of know what you're doing, you can kind of take off from there. But I was taught this in school. I was professionally trained, so it's not something that I just kind of learned. But so many. It wasn't very much further from the time that I was in the dance school than I was in middle school. So it wasn't like a long period of time. So I was able to remember it, if that makes any sense. But well, I feel like if I were to put on a pair of tap shoes, I'd be able to still do it.
Oh, wow. Check you out. You let me tell you something. You're lucky. You're lucky I ain't gonna take you up on that. I tell you, I'll be like, put them on right now. Let's see.
I might break my back. I'm old. I'm not as good anymore.
I know that's right. So, have you ever been in hip hop dancing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of these genres that we did. So we did hip hop, we did ballerina, and we did ballet. And we did tap. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
with the crunk era.
Oh, get out! I know. Listen, I think that's crazy. I think that's a crazy dance. I'm sorry. I'm old.
Awesome. That was era. That was a time around that time when I moved to when I moved to Atlanta. It was like in that era. So I was like, oh, I can get with this. Okay. And
that looked like some out of body experience. Like I'm like, I'm sorry, yo. But I seen this guy. I thought he was about to have a damn seizure or something. I'm like, what's going on, bro?
It's
he
fun.
Had his chest up like this and doing. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah,
all right, yeah. That's different. That's different. So, did you? So you was young, and did you look at hip hop movies?
No, I started getting into hip hop movies when I met my husband.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to the husband.
But they're good. I just never. I was like, I don't want to. No, like it didn't. But I probably because of my upbringing, it just really didn't appeal to me. So I was just like, I don't want to watch this. But when I met him, he was like, have you ever seen this? And I was like, no. Have you seen this? No. Like, no. Yeah.
Listen, so now the hip hop. Matter of fact, let's get into R&B.
Yeah.
Let's get into the R&B. You have recorded songs in R&B already, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've got several on YouTube.
So what got you into that? Was that the first genre you was dealing with before you became a rapper?
Well, yeah, but I've also dealt with country, but I've never recorded any country music and actually put it out. But I've, that was like one of my favorites before I even really started. Well, not recording, but in this time, between the like 2013 or whatever, but way before then, I was actually doing like open mics and stuff like that in country music. It wouldn't be R&B. It was just country music like Bonnie Raitt, Shania Twain, that type of thing. And that's because that's what I loved. Not to say that I didn't love her R&B, because I loved R&B as well, but just those country singers just kind of, it just resonated with my soul. Oh, yeah.
Listen, we got country music on 2111 radio, so trust me, I love country music myself.
Absolutely.
Listen, at the end of the day, music is music.
It is.
And it's beautiful that we have so many choices to choose from.
Absolutely.
So singing, was you trained to sing, or was it just natural?
It was just natural. It was one of those things. Yeah, that's why I said I never knew I could sing until somebody heard me singing and was like, what? But as I started getting older and I started recording, I was like, I can sing. I was like, I don't really think I sound like anybody else, which is a good thing. Because then you can separate my voice and say, okay, well, that's not her, or is that such and such? That sounds like such and such. Yeah, I don't want to sound like anybody else. So yeah, but yeah, I just started singing, and that was that.
So who's one of your favorite R&B singers?
Toni Braxton is my favorite.
Ooh.
She's my absolute favorite.
You literally, again, it's people, the artists that come up here now, they got a variety of artists that they like. That's the first time someone spoke of Toni Braxton on my show.
She's my absolute favorite.
She's dope. And she looked like her voice is timeless. Like, oh,
it is. It's like porcelain. It's like porcelain.
She don't sound like no one but herself.
That's it. That's all. It's just, I don't know, something about that lady. It's something about her voice. Like, she captures me when I listen, and I can feel every single emotion. That was one of the I've been listening to her since I was 12, 13.
Wow.
So it's one of those things when I listen, I'm like, oh my gosh. So that really inspired me to want to do music. It really did. It inspired me, wanted to write, even though like my mother wrote, but for me writing, everything that I sing about is off of emotion. It's an experience. It's nothing that I'm not pulling things out of a hat to try to find and write about. It's something that I've been, or whatever the case might be, because it resonates with so many different people, because I want my audience to understand how I'm feeling, and I want you to be able to relate to what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Bull Nut, what he said, somebody just asked, where can he find your music?
It's on YouTube under Mz.Nzuri. Well, no, it's under my husband's YouTube page, because I've been working on mine, and it's just a cluster. So you can find it on DJ Maestro, or you can just pull up Mz.Nzuri and it'll come up. There are several songs on there, and then of course the rap, and then on Spotify under Mz.Nzuri. Again, you can find me on Apple Music. You can find me on Tidal. You can find me on Deezer. You can find me on pretty much any platform. Just do a Google search.
I tell you what you do, brother. What you do is go to 2111 radio. It plays like 4 times a day.
For that.
So you're bound to hear it. You're bound to hear it on 2111 radio. But yeah, she's on all platforms. So we're about to get into this song.
Okay.
We're about to get into this. I actually have the video.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I have the video. So before we get, matter of fact, what we're going to do, I'm going to have you introduce the video first. We're going to get to the video, and then we're going to come back with Mz.Nzuri. So tell them about the video real quick.
Okay, so this is the takeover. This song is basically about, don't underestimate me. I'm going to come out swinging as hard as I possibly can. I'm not going to fold. I'm not going to fall. And that's basically what the song is basically about.
Well, we're gonna get to this right now, because she was talking some ish on this track. So listen real good. She killing it. So here go Mz.Nzuri. Let's go right now. Take over.
About to blow on you niggas. What what you know about this here. Bring that pain to you. Yeah. Mz.Nzuri in this motherfucker. Mz.Nzuri in this motherfucker. Yeah. Busted and disgusted cause you know I got that fire. Gonna beat it up, gonna drag it down cause I'm in my element now. Can't stop this sick ass shit, ain't no medicine for it. Better sit your ass back down and take this ass whooping. My flows are sick, my rhymes are thick like a fat ass chick on a block. And I'm thinning it out cause where we come from, yeah, it's the south. Don't need no hook for this cause I'm about to air the shit out. Niggas take a leave of absence, can't never put that pen and paper down. It's in my blood, the writing on the wall, there ain't no mistaking this. This music thing got me hooked like a fiend on a rock. Sitting on the corner waiting on my drug to arrive. Give me that fire beat, yeah, that 5 for 5. Surprise, huh? You know you ain't fucking with it, cause I'm a female. And she, I'm about to dominate the game. You never would've seen this coming cause you sleeping in the corner. Keep sleeping, little baby, I'm about to take this shit over. I'm in my prime, it's been my time, I'm busting through the walls. Don't try to stand tall now, cause I'm taking all of your fans down. I'm renting my own rides while you got yourself a ghost rider. You can never do it on your own while I've grown in my own. I was doing this when you were just in diapers. Keep fooling yourself, cause you never be me. I'm a goddess with the powers to let it be. Mz.Nzuri, DJ Maestro, we coming at ya. We can't be touched, we won't be stopped. We doing this damn thing around the clock. Yeah, Augusta is where I stay. I'm repping every single day. Not born or raised, but I know my place, so I pay my homage here. They took me in, showed me the ropes. Now I'm doing things much harder, so making money day to day from stream to place. It's my dream, so I'm gonna make them my way. For me and only me, this music is my life. I breathe it and eat it. If you can do better, I'm waiting to see it. Can't touch it, you know it. Now late defeated. Yeah, motherfuckers, it's over.
Wow. Go ahead, girl. Come on, stop playing.
Thank you.
You kind of nailed that, yo. You kind of nailed that. You got a lot of fire in the building. A lot of support in the building for you. I'm telling you that. I like that. I love that. When I first heard it, I thought it was a little girl at first. I ain't gonna lie. Because you got a little ass voice. But you was talking that shit, though. You was talking shit. I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. Who's this little girl? The song is so dope. Then when I saw it, I said, oh, wait a minute. I know that girl. I know who that is. Yo, all just aside, dope. Dope song, dope creation, video, the visual, everything was just on point. So talk to me about that, the writing of that, the writing process of that particular song. Because you're saying don't underestimate me, basically. So yes, talk to me.
Yeah. So basically, okay, so when I heard the beat and I was like, I said, man, because this is how my writing process is. As soon as I hear like a beat or whatever, I don't stop. I literally will go into my phone and immediately start to write, and the wheels just start to click. So my thought process in the whole thing was, you just get tired. You just get tired of people and all of this, all this talking. I'm tired of talking. I don't want you talking to me anymore about what I'm not going to do, what I can't do, or any of these things, right? And it's just people not directly saying it to me, to my face, but I know exactly how you feel. And I run a radio show, so I can't cuss, but F how you feel. So I said,
Hold on. This is 2111 radio show. Yes, the hell you can. Yes, the hell you can.
Hey. So I was just like, fuck how you feel. I'm about to go ahead. So when he wrote that beat, and it wasn't for me, it was just a beat, because my husband goes in there. He'll be sitting there making 5-6 beats a night. This is what he does. And he was just playing a beat. I was like, hold on. And I just started writing, and I just let everything out, because this is how I feel. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks, go someplace else. I don't care, but I don't want you in my presence. And since that song came out, I've changed a lot, right? My mental has changed a lot, because I don't even let people get under my skin anymore. Like, I don't care. You do you, whatever. Just stay out of my face. Stay out of my circle. Stay out of my purview. I don't want you around me. But before, I was in that mode of I need to just get this I need to get this off my chest, and that's exactly why I wrote what I wrote.
Well, let me tell you something. You said it all because, first off, it's harder for the females to get to a certain point anyway without showing their ass.
That part.
Or the language thing. So my thing is, fuck everybody what they say. This is your career. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Just keep grinding and doing what you do, because again, it's going to be up to you to make it where you need to make it.
Absolutely.
And you're right here on 2111 Radio. So all jokes aside, let me tell you something. We support you in any way. Like I said, at the end of the day, I would definitely share any posts you have, whatever you already know, and you do the same also. So it ain't like you family now. When you're on my show, when you're on this particular show, 2111 Radio, you're family.
Thank you.
We all support each other. You know what I'm saying? So
much, Derrick.
So now I'm asking you a question. DJ Maestro, he produced that.
Yes.
So do he just produce you, or he produce other people?
He produces other people. He has other artists that he works with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just happen to have a damn music producer right there. I like that.
Yeah, it's a blessing to have, because when I met him, it was on it wasn't on a producing situation. I didn't even know he really did music. I knew he was a DJ, but I didn't know that he was doing anything else. And then once I met him on on a little dating app, 10, 11 years ago. It was I literally was in his house recording. I think it was the first time I went to his house. We were recording with his brother, because his brother raps, and it was okay. And the rest is it's crazy.
No doubt. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that, because, like I said, love is different.
Yes.
It's different, and it doesn't have no in between. It works or it doesn't. The chemistry worked. You actually went to the studio, and look what y'all done came up with over the years.
Yeah. We have our own studio in our backyard. We have a whole building. He's got the whole thing there. He's working years to get it. It's been years, so it's not something that just fell in his lap. But we've been working hard, and he works very hard for everything that he has. Pieces by pieces. And then when he needs to upgrade something or get something better, he'll do that. But it's been a process. But I'm very proud of him, because it's one of those things where he could have been quit, but he has not. He's not given up on any of us. So.
Well, listen, let's get DJ Maestro. Because a lot of times we all get distracted with certain things if things ain't working our way or whatever, but he has a queen there that he's taking care of and that he believes in.
Yes.
It's nice to have someone that actually believes in you and your dream. It's a huge difference. You understand? I know for sure. I know for sure he'll let you know when things is right. Like if we are recording or something. That's not it.
Even if I don't want to hear him, he'll keep telling me.
And that works.
So hard at it when it comes to studios.
That actually works.
I want to hear that. But then I'll be like, shut up, girl. You better just get in there and do what he's telling you to do.
Yeah, because I tell you right now, that's good, because he could be blowing smoke up your butt just because, but he wants to make you better each time y'all record.
Absolutely. And I want him to do that. That's what pushes me to go harder, because I'm not perfect, when it comes into the studio by any means. So it's correct me if I need to be corrected. I don't mind. Everybody makes mistakes, and I'm not perfect. So I don't mind.
Exactly. So, what's next for you? Because this song, I'm telling you, it's actually climbing. Last week, because what happens, let me playing about 2111 Radio. We do have a top 20. We do have a top 20. And every 13th of the month, we come out with the new top 20. Right now, your song is peaking.
Yes.
It's peaking. I can't tell you the actual spot right now because it's not final because everybody goes back and forth. But
Gotcha.
we get the final thing, but it's peaking, and I got that gut feeling because I don't have a vote, and that's
Okay.
the good thing. I don't have a vote. I have like 8 to 9 people that
Okay.
listen to the station, and I tell them, listen, I need the best of the best.
Okay, gotcha. That's
You
awesome.
understand? So, they've been, I've been seeing your name been popping up in our little meetings. So you never know. Like I said at the end of the day. So I'm gonna ask you this question. So hip hop,
Yeah.
are you a hip hop head or you just like you hip
No,
hop
I'm
head?
fed all day long.
Okay, so now here's the question. Since you're an artist and you're a rapper, hip hop artist, I have a question for you. Ready? Name 5 of the dopest lyricists you've ever heard.
Okay, so I'll go backwards from the worst to not the worst, but you know what I mean. So I'll go from to one. Oh, all right. So do they have to be famous?
No.
Okay. Okay. So can you hold on one second? Can you go over there? Sorry. It's echoing because he's in here listening to it too. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so no worries. So I love KRS-One, so I'll say 5 for KRS-One.
No doubt.
He's one of my favorites. Outkast, so that's both of them for number 4. I will say Nas for number 3.
Uh-oh.
For number 2, it's an artist which he's now deceased, but he was never mainstream. He didn't get to make it that far. But it's my homeboy, my little brother, Phi. He's one of the dopest lyricists I've ever come across in life. Yeah. So, and then I guess for me, for number 1, oh my goodness, this is a hard one because it's like number one.
Yeah. Number one.
I'm gonna have to say Pac.
Ooh, Tupac.
I'm gonna have to say Pac.
You know, it's crazy that you said that. It's crazy that you said Tupac because I like him. Don't get it twisted. He's a dope artist, but he just had me confused because one minute he talking dear mama, and then the next minute he talking about tricks and hoes. So I don't understand. You want the world to be great, but then on the other side you call him. So it's like I never really.
I definitely get what you're saying, but I think what happened is that in the beginning he was about being truthful to himself, and then now he became too mainstream, so that they want him to say what they want him to say, and that's what he was doing instead of him being keeping to be truth to himself. He just changed completely because I like both Pops. But I liked it better when he was more real about what he was going through and what was going on in his society and his neighborhoods and those types of things. I wouldn't have changed it, even though I do like the mainstream, some of the songs, but it's more so poppy. It's not really hip hop, if that makes any sense. But that, so yeah.
That's crazy. So I've noticed that you didn't mention. I noticed you didn't mention any female rappers. And let me tell you, it's okay. Let me explain why I said so. It's okay because that's your list. That's your list. If a female ain't on it, then she ain't on it. She probably number 6 or 8. You don't know, but you name your top 5, and then to say, you know what I'm saying? So your top 5 was men, and salute to the men, but I want you to name 5 female artists that you feel that is really dope. Lyrically.
Okay. And you mean is it for hip hop and R&B or just hip hop?
Just hip hop.
Okay, so I don't have 5, but I might be able to dig 5 out. So Queen Latifah, she's a big one. Yeah. She's one of my favorites. Little Kim, Bobby Brown, Megan Thee Stallion. I do like her. She's a little raunchy, but I like her.
A little raunchy, but hey, listen.
I like her. And these are not in order. I'm just naming. Yeah, they're not in order. And then MC Light.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a nice assault. It was everybody old school. So new school, you actually like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, because I really don't listen to a lot of the twerk music. I'm just going to be honest, because I don't go, if I'm out and about or out at a club or something like that, I'm not twerking. So I don't really like listening to a lot of it. Kay, like I've heard Lotto and Gorilla, whatever her name, Glorilla, that's what her name is. And the music is okay. It's nothing wrong with it. That's just not my type of music.
No,
you know, I'm older school. And like I said, because I like all types of music, I just feel like in today's climate for the music, I think that originality is best, but we don't have that because of how whoever is handling all this music, they're wanting it to sound one way, people down continuously. But so that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, let me tell you. So all things Ruthless, the home of the Ruthless Addicts. She put her list up: MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Maya X,
Nice.
Moni Love, and Roxanne Shante. Damn, that's nice.
A great list.
That's kind of hot. That's kind of hot. Okay,
I do like that too.
Yeah, that's hot, huh? What you said?
Oh, I was saying I like Mia X as well.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah.
And my thing is, she left an impression because she didn't have a lot to go on, but when we heard her, she was dope. You understand? So
absolutely.
Salute to her. So, when it's all said and done, you sitting back 10 years from now, where would you want to be, right?
On the beach in my house, sipping on a mimosa and chilling. While my grandkids are running all over the place, me and my husband sitting there just relaxing, listening to the beach waves.
I know that's right.
Big old house, absolutely.
Exactly. So yeah, I really enjoyed this interview. This is dope.
Thank you.
Because, we got to get to know Mz.Nzuri. We actually got to know you a little bit, and I bring people up here to get them their roses. And that song, I'm telling you, that song is hot. It's so dope. What I will do, your next single, we'll put it on 2111 Radio.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm working on my next one right now. That
will be automatically added to 2111 Radio.
Thank you, Derrick, so much.
We family now, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So, but I thank everybody that came in today. Remember, whoever's on YouTube right now, please subscribe to our channel. I will have you come back. Yeah, I will have you actually come back.
Thank you.
With the single, so you definitely have an invitation to come back.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Derrick.
Yeah. So the reason
everybody showed up today on this video.
Yeah, they definitely came in through, supporting you. What I would like to do, like I keep explaining, I think if you looked at the 2111 Radio Instagram page, you notice that I put a couple of posts up about the industry as far as in radio. And Nicki Minaj said something that really resonated with me as, the director at 2111 Radio. She said when she was growing up, when we listened to the radio, we listened to the talented people. The most talented people was the only ones on the radio.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now it's all changed. The most popular people is on the radio now.
Yep.
And that's where everything got really turned and twisted, because now it's so many independent artists that sound so much better than these popular people that 2111 Radio is snatching them up. We're snatching them up.
Absolutely.
You understand? And that's why I want to make sure that people understand that we don't put the popular people on our station unless they dope. If they were real dope, I'm not gonna shy away from it. But if it's just something trendy, I don't put trendy on 2111 Radio.
You have good music on 2111 Radio. It's very good music. I love listening to the station.
See, there it is. Exactly. You go to this Live 365 app, download 2111 Radio, the app, and search for 2111 Radio, and I guarantee you will be sitting there listening for at least 2 hours before you realize that. Yeah, this station is
good music, all different genres. all different genres. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it is. So thanks everybody for showing up tonight. Zuri, we're going to talk to you in the back of the.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we're going to talk to you in the back. But thanks everybody for showing up. There's been a lot of people up in here actually. Brazil again. Brazil is again the popular country right now. It's like 65 people from Brazil that was actually in here tonight.
Awesome.
So, salute to Brazil. That's actually one of our number one countries besides the United States, of course. But Brazil is definitely showing up. But y'all have a nice night. The next show, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Wednesday. So I don't want to tell y'all who it is, but it's going to be a big surprise coming this Wednesday coming. But y'all have a good night, and y'all take it easy.
Peace and love, everybody.
Peace. So you stay in the back for a second because I want to talk to you.
No worries.